Hello and welcome back to the Stockton Esports podcast. My name is Kyle Crane and I am joined by Josh and Malik. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing very good. I'm very excited to get into today's topic. I'm really excited to discuss the 24-hour live stream event that we have coming up soon. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to go over some of the details here, get a little bit of the juices flowing before the event.
Oh, yeah. I'm super excited for the 24-hour, too. So fun to do last year, and I'm super excited to run it back this year.
24-hour live stream has been, for the record, one of our most successful events. Easily, it's our second most successful stream, being only beaten by the Minecraft Hunger Games that you guys also did. So you guys been coming back with bangers and bangers and bangers. So what is the excitement going into the second one now?
I think one of the big draws we have for this, I'm happy you bring up the Minecraft Hunger Games thing, is, consider the 24-hour chocolate, consider the Minecraft Hunger Games peanut butter. I mean, what happens when you put the two together, we're going to be finding out this time. In the event, directly around 8, 9 o'clock, we're going to be running more Minecraft Hunger Games this time, with even higher stakes, more players, dangerous map, better loot pool. Overall, I think that's going to be one of the core pillars of this live stream. And, of course, we're also running a couple different Gold vs. Blue events during this event as well, including our Overwatch and League of Legends Gold vs. Blue event. And all these things are just going to be incredibly fun. And as you mentioned, the 24-hour was our most successful stream at the time, only to be beaten by the Minecraft Hunger Games thing. So I imagine collaborating all these things kind of into one big super event over the course of such a long, fun day it can only result in people being wildly entertained. And if not, I need to figure out what is entertaining, apparently, because if that's not it, who knows what is.
Yeah, I really do enjoy the Hunger Games event that we did, because I think it broke out some barriers in the sense of, we were able to really put our personalities into it, and because it was we were commentating in game, and there was a camera on our characters following us, and we were able to really do a lot with that in terms of visual comedy and telling a story, because for one of the last matches, or the last match, we put ourselves in there. And I think that it definitely, I hope, opens the door for more things like that, where we can sort of WWE-ify it, where it's you have the competition, but you also have a funny little narrative going on.
You got the personalities, you got people cracking jokes. That's what people like. I mean, you see those gaming commentary channels, with just people playing games and just talking the talk and just making random jokes. Those things blow up. So you were talking about also the previous event, the stuff that you already have planned for with Gold v. Blue and Minecraft Hunger Games. Is there any other things we can look forward to going into the 24-hour live stream?
One big thing we really wanted to capitalize on and kind of evolve compared to last year when we ran the 24-hour stream for the first time is we really, really wanted this to feel like a special segment event with multiple different content blocks, whether it be live or pre-recorded content made in-house by students in Stockton or by people that are in the Stockton Esports program, to highlight a bunch of different voices, more voices than even we had before. That's one main thing that I think is going to be really fun, is to see the widespread variety and opportunity that we kind of offer within this content, because it's going to be so many different people doing so many different games, casual, competitive, regardless. It's one of those things where one of my initial mission statements when I joined the program, is something I still stick to today, is I want to take that vibe, the bad vibe, off of esports as a whole, because I think a lot of people are really intimidated by esports. They think it's very hyper competitive. When you think of gamers, you have a stereotype in your mind of an angry gamer guy. And I really want to highlight through these events and through these different segments that no, there is so many different people that are involved in this program or involved in gaming in general that just love it because they just love games and they have so much fun and they have so many different ways that they play it, different types of games that they like to play. Some games are competitive, some games are casual, but at the end of the day, it's a safe space for everyone to kind of collectively come together and really celebrate what we do here and really put their own voice on a big production like the 24-hour.
Yeah, it's especially like this school year, it's been really exciting to see all of like the talent come in with, people that have been helping out both on production and on camera. And I'm really excited to see where we go as a program with, these creative people coming in genuinely with the Garden State Esports event we just held yesterday. It was really, really nice to see everyone together and give people, the opportunity to help us. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that with the 24-hour.
So, yeah, I also agree that we have a lot of exciting prospects coming up. I like the group that we have right now. I mean, it's not like I didn't like any group we've had previously. I've loved every group we've gotten to work with. But I do think we have a good group of individuals right now. So, looking back at the first one from last year, do you have any special memories or highlights from that?
Oh, I mean, what memories couldn't I have over a full awake 24-hour day where I need to point out I did not sleep during that entire event. Let it be known. You did. I refused. I refused to give up. I had so much fun doing the whole thing. I loved overseeing it, loved being a part of it. Some highlights I have to mention, you were a part of it as well when we got to play some Fortnite during one of my favorite seasons of the game. You know, a total tangent is to say that I loved that specific season of Fortnite. I love doing the Fortnite segment. I love when we got to do our late night Pokemon together where we did a randomizer and just really had fun going around to playing the game. I loved when we got to see kind of the birth of some side groups within Stockton Esports during like the Overwatch event. And of course, I have incredible memories of watching the interaction and engagement that we got from the League of Legends portion of the stream. I think that that was one of the biggest surprises and also one of the most satisfying moments that really made the event feel like this grand, big thing that really had a lot of legs to walk on.
Yeah, the League of Legends segment, I was going to talk about that too. I commentated for that, and it was I just remember how exciting that match was. Our mid laner on Aurelion Sol just dumpstering the enemy team. It was the best thing ever. And the Overwatch 3v3s, since I started, the first thing I did with Stockton Esports was the Overwatch streams. So it's special to me. I really love commentating Overwatch, and the 3v3s were just fire. It was so fun to see, people coming together with their friends, making little teams, and just fighting to be Stockton Esports champions.
And one other thing I also want to bring up is I really appreciated during the event that we got to kind of do these little mini player interviews and player highlight questionnaires with different players that played actively. Like, for example, when we finished our Overwatch, we had an interview with Pokemon Master Nick. And I believe when we finished the Rocket League portion of the event, we had an interview with, I believe it was Valk. And all these different things really help something that I really want to continue to push, and that is to sort of let the players be known as players and give people that are watching players to root for. People love, I mean, when you think like sports like hockey, soccer, football, people have favorite players that they tune in to watch and root for and are fans of. I think that that's something that I really want to continue to kind of grow and evolve, and that's something that I've put into the schedule for the 24 hours to kind of highlight more of the players and highlight more of the players after each of the main events for the 24-hour stream.
I think that's a really good way to look at it, because sometimes it feels like, yeah, like we always, everything, it's always about the whole team, but like sometimes people are looking for individual players. I mean, when you look at other games, like solo games, like FIFA, for example, I mean, like there's no one else on my team. I mean, I have teammates, but they play for themselves. They don't play with me. But moving on from that, what are some of your expectations now going into the second one?
A big expectation for me is obviously I want it to be bigger. I want it to be the biggest thing we've done here. I think it has all the potential in the world to do it, and I think we have the talent to do it. I think everyone that's going to be running that production is going to be able to nail it. I think our talent that we're going to have live on camera is going to be able to do it, and I have a lot of faith in the people that are going to generate the pre-recorded content to make some absolute bangers, because we have so many different talented people with tons of different points of interest that we can pull from to make this one big collaborative effort. And I kind of still want to really continue to like lock in that feeling of it's 3 a.m. here at Stockton. I just got, off the AC, well, AC shuttle doesn't run the late, but regardless, you get the point. I just got back to my dorm. Oh, Stockton's running a 24-hour event, and it's 3 a.m. right now, and they're still going. Let me just turn it on my TV real quick. Or let me just tune in real quick because my kid's playing this thing. And just sort of get that vibe, that feeling of, like, this thing that you can tune into at any point during this whole day. That's exciting. That's fun. That's always going to have something for you to be engaged with and excited about. That's my expectation.
Yeah, it's because it's like that Adult Swim sort of vibe. Growing up, I was always the type to just stay up late, and it's like, such a captivating, like, aesthetic. And I think that, the 24-hour stream is really like our opportunity to really like hone in on developing a sort of like aesthetic for Stockton Esports and developing like a personality for the brand. I think that's a really big thing that we can do with this one. And just generally, it's such a great opportunity personally to just like hone a craft of like being a host, commentating, casting, analyzing, and the whole event planning aspects of it. It's really, really fruitful in that regard.
Yeah, this is a great experience. Like, one of the things I've always been very grateful for with working with Stockton Esports is getting experience, like almost real work experience that like I really couldn't get anywhere else. When I first came here, I had in high school done TV and film there, and I was going to SSTV meetings trying to figure out how they were, and it seemed like they had half the production I had in high school. And then I go to Stockton Esports, and I'm like learning about what D wants to do and what D had in mind for what, like, when I was first doing the production stuff. And I had the mind back, I still do, but like back then I had the mind to like help enact on like what he wanted to do with streaming, and he had the tools to make it happen with vMix and stuff. Like all these tools that we've gotten to get to use and learn, they're such great things for moving on into the future after college and all that. I'm pretty sure both of you are graduating this semester, right?
Next semester.
Next semester for the
Yes.
both of you. Okay. I was off by one. So that being said, then, what do you have any big plans for the fall as well after?
I can't say anything yet, but let it be known to everyone listening and everyone here that I have been throwing ideas at this metaphorical wall constantly. I am just throwing everything that I have left because I want to at least get one of my big ideas that I have left out there and just do something else that I'm really excited about doing. I was really excited about doing the 24-hour. That was one of the things when I first joined Stockton Esports as an intern. I pitched it to D, the head of the program, and now lo and behold, we're running. It's an annual event, and we're running it again this year or this semester specifically, which I think is just wild to look back on and think like those opportunities came from just me kind of being like, hey, I have this idea and I want to try it. And I think that that's one thing that I really appreciate about this program is the ability to do that and to do it with proper groups of people that know what they're doing, proper tools to utilize to really make sure it's a quality product, and overall just really hone in on those skills and that ability to produce something that I can be proud of. That's something that I'm going to lock in on, and I really want to find, other than Minecraft Hunger Games, can't promise anything, but if you know, you know. Other than that, I have to imagine that there's one other thing that at least I can say I'm trying to cook up still cook up.
For me personally, looking toward the fall, last semester at college, my mind is in the space of wanting to like facilitate, the next generation of like people in the program and try to help them, make their visions come to fruition and, pass the reins sort of and try to, really develop these new talents coming in. That's really been something I've really loved so far, especially this semester, working alongside new people and just like talking with them about like, how to commentate and like what goes into everything. And it's been really, really like fruitful and rewarding.
What are some of the things that you want to specifically shout out for about the 24-hour live? I know you had some notes you were looking at earlier, but is there any specific things you want to shout out about the 24-hour live?
I think one big thing I want to shout out is make sure that you're tuning in constantly. I think it's worthwhile because I think a lot of, the time, especially late at night, it's a really difficult time in terms of getting people to really like think about tuning in, because at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., the average person is sleeping. But we're gamers, okay? Mm-hmm. And if you're a gamer, you better be tuning in. In this semester, we have so many different things that are going to be so fun, and it's going to constantly be switching to new segments, new live content, new pre-recorded content, interactive content. We have some interactive stuff planned with Minecraft that's also going to be live in the event. So it's different things like this where it's like, just make sure you're tuning in constantly. Shout out to anyone that's able to tune in. We had some people show up last time too at like 5 a.m. when we were just playing Pokemon or something silly like that. Just those times, I think that's like one of my biggest shout outs there is really to people that are able to check in there. And I really recommend giving that a shot as well if you're awake. Because let's be honest, most people are asleep there. But definitely check it out if you're awake somehow.
I guess my shout out is pretty much in the same vein, but more so in the sense of like, watch the 24-hour because there's real talent behind it. Like, we work really hard, and last year was amazing, and we already have that base to just build on top of. A lot of people in my time here at Stockton have like discredited like communications and like, oh, there's no future in that. You'll never get a job. We're putting on these giant events that raise like lots of money. Last 24-hour raised $1,500, and that's really big. A bunch of college kids working together to put on a massive event. That's real talent, and I think the 24-hour is like really something special. I think you should tune in. And absolutely.
I also real quick do want to add this time we're trying to do a little bit of updating and experimenting in terms of the visual aspect of it. And I want to shout out specifically Mia, who is working a lot on the graphics for the event. I think we have a really interesting and fun style that a lot of people are going to be attracted to, because it's one of those things where I have a feeling just a little bit of it, maybe not like fully copy, but it's definitely going to give the vibe of, oh, we're watching Disney Channel and we get the bumpers, and we're going to see this, and we're going to see little graphics that are going to make us go, that's the Stockton 24-hour event, and stuff like that. I think that Mia's really working hard on. I just wanted to shout that out as well, because I'm really excited to see when it all plays out, how great it's going to look.
Speaking of Mia, she actually came up to me last night right before I left. She was like, Kyle, I need to talk to you, because like some of the transitions and some of the videos, because most of the videos that we've posted, like I edited a bunch of those, like those ads that we've seen on our streams. She kept asking me like, where do you get these transitions? And I'm like, well, you got to point out which one specifically. You're just asking me blatantly, where did you get these transitions? I'm like, I don't know which ones you're talking about. So I can tell that she's really wants to put a lot of hard and good work into this to make it look good, which is something that like we love to see. We love to see the passion from people. We've had so many passionate people throughout the past, like the two of you. We've had so people like damn, why am I forgetting a name? But we've had a lot of good people. We have so many new people as well. Jackson, always such a good face to have on screen. We have
Justin Bowe
as well. That he was fun to commentate with last night. We also have, maybe we could potentially do a Rocket League segment where we could get Ferd on again.
Let's go Ferd.
Ferd's my goat. But yeah, is there any final thoughts you have left for the podcast?
Obviously, tune in April 13th to 14th from when we start to the next day, 24 hours later. You're going to not want to miss that. It's going to be so fun. Make sure you're tuning in. We're going to probably be running another fundraiser with it as well, of course. And in that case, we're hoping to even exceed that expectations that we set last time, where last time we exceeded expectations by a lot within the first hour. So we're hoping to see success like that again. It supports a good cause. It helps us continue to build up this program so that way we can come in next time and say, oh, now it's going to be even better, and now it's going to be even better. So stuff like that we take and we look at and we say, all right, now we can continue to build on this and continue to grow this, and there's founding on that. So if you're tuning in, make sure April 13th to 14th, you're going to want to check it out. It's going to be something to see.
Yeah, it's a Saturday into a Sunday, so you have no reason not to stay up late to watch every second of it. Only final thought I have is that I'm very appreciative to the Stockton Esports program. When I first came to Stockton, I had no idea what I was getting into really, and I really think I found a nice home with Stockton Esports, and I'm very appreciative for this opportunity.
I want to piggyback on that as well and just say that when I joined as an intern at Stockton Esports all the way back in spring of 2022, I really needed to find something to do because I really had no clear vision of where I was heading at that point, especially coming out of a big lockdown during a big pandemic. And this program has really helped me find both my voice and my passion and what I want to do. And just yesterday we were asked by GSC, what do you want to do? Me and Malik both. And asked me that 2 years ago, I would have looked at you like, I don't know. But now I have multiple different answers, and I can see myself going down multiple different tracks and multiple different paths based on the experience and things that I've done and grown with in this program.
These are all great things. I love to hear this. Like having all these opportunities in your mind, what you want to do after college. It's always great to hear. I just want to say from behalf of all leadership, obviously, we have been so grateful to have you guys a part of the team. It has been a pleasure to work with the both of you. I cannot wait to see how this 24-hour live stream works this time. So, yeah, thank you guys for coming on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having us.
It's been a pleasure.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Signing off. Have a nice day. Bye.